Hey everybody, my name is Kenny Johnston. I'm a director of product here at GitLab. I cover the ops section, but I wanted to walk through the deployment direction page that Kevin Chu and I have recently been working on. And more than just walk through the content, also kind of explain a little bit of like, why do we need a deployment direction? So let me share my screen real quick and we'll jump right in. Okay, so this is the GitLab deployment direction page. Deployment covers the release and configure stages. When we talk about deployment, we think about what does it mean to get your code into a production environment where it can start receiving feedback. That's what we mean by deployment. It's the place where you're entering into putting your code in a place where users or your customers can start utilizing that experience or code that's been provided, and you can start getting feedback. It's really important to have a deployment, but we wanted to make sure that we were clearly defining that term so it's not confused with delivery or release or other words that we typically use. So this is a unique vision for those two stages. And kind of to answer the question, why do we need a deployment direction? I think our current direction and how we built our product has been primarily starting with developers who are using CI. And CI/CD works well together if you use the same primitives that you use in CI, in this case, GitLab CI YAML, to define how you want to do a deployment. But what we're recognizing is that not only are there different personas and jobs to be done when doing deployment, but actually there are different competitors. And so we are recognizing the market is seeing that deployment is distinct from CI, and that we want to create, document our vision and then work to pursue that vision diligently to make sure that we are the best experience for developers who are performing deployments in the market. So we talk a little bit about the definition of deployment, that vision, and being the number one enabler for developers. There's a nuance to this that it actually spans a new persona that we've identified. Priyanka is the name that we use for the persona, but it's a platform developer, a platform engineer, someone who's creating infrastructure platforms or deployment platforms that enable developers to deploy with ease while still kind of conforming to the deployment standards that an organization has set, and so that developers don't have to think about some of that kind of underlying platform. You can think of this as the evolution of platform as a service is that individual organizations are creating platform teams and creating platforms on their own to have this kind of ease of deployment process for the developers, but still get the control and customization that they need as an organization. So we outline what the market is, what our current position is, and one key component of our current position is that today we kind of have this mix and match of different ways that you can perform deployment related jobs. And so we have whether that's from auto DevOps, which kind of obscures what's going on, custom GitLab CI YAML using our template CI YAMLs, using the cluster configuration, the Kubernetes cluster attachment or the new agent attachment, even stuff we're working on in the 5-minute production app, are all kind of different methods that we really need to get to kind of standard conventions for what we think are the best methods for you to create this ease of deployment experience within your organization or to utilize it as an individual developer. We go through the challenges and some of the opportunities that we think GitLab is particularly well suited for. The first and foremost is that as a platform where developers are already doing work, we can make a lot of really smart connections based on conventions that we know for how you might want to deploy and make it a really important collaborative experience. We know that the deployment process is a collaborative experience, and so we want to make sure that we lean into our roots as a collaboration space for developers to pursue our deployment vision. We go through some of the key capabilities that we've identified from users, and then talk about our strategy of targeting that platform persona, and go through 1-year plan and what we are focused on now specifically. So I just wanted to provide a brief overview of this context for anyone who's viewing it. Thanks a lot. And as always, we love feedback and questions and improvements to our vision. So feel free to follow the links in the direction page for how you can do so. Thanks a lot. Take care.